Alright guys, day 2 of the Refugium build. So came home today from work, took a look in the sump area here, and boom! Crystal clear! Right on. And it's like kind of like sludgy looking, so whatever that is, but I think it ought to work well. So the next thing we need to do is get the lights hooked up in here. No, I said I was gonna hook it up to the apex, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't really have that many plugs left on my EV8. In fact, I have 0. I could do a little bit of moving around, but it's just not worth it. I have an extra plug up here in this power strip. So found one of my old digital what the heck is that thing called? Found one of my old digital timers laying around, so thought that was good enough. We'll go ahead and program it. Programmed it from 11 o'clock at night to 10 o'clock in the morning, which should be a good enough time cycle. Plus, you want to run it when your lights in your main display are off. That'll help photosynthesis to keep occurring in the tank, which will keep your pH elevated. So just kind of keep your pH from doing the swings, and it'll just kind of keep it a little bit more even. Again, consistency is key in keeping your reef chugging along like it should be. So let's go ahead and get these lights plugged in, and I'll show you how I'm going to mount them up here. I'm just going to do the old quick and dirty version. So let's do it. So, I've got a dilemma. My timer only has one outlet on it, like so. But I need to power 2 devices off of that one timer. Now, really what I should do is take a trip to Walmart and go pick up a little splitter for it, but I ain't got time for that right now. So, around my house, just wanted to take a look around and found one of the cords that I have hooked up to my coffee pot. Now the problem with this is this thing's like it's pretty long. It's way more cord than I need, way more. But it does have the ability to plug 3 outlets and then into the one. So I'll plug the timer. I'll plug this extension cord into the timer. I'll plug the timer in. I'll throw the rest of the cordage through kind of the hole in the back there, and then I'll plug the 2 lights into this, hide the cords in the back of the tank, and yeah, it'll keep everything clean looking until I can go get a splitter for it and run it that way. Or if I'm just happy with the way that it is, I'll just pick up another cord for my coffee pot. I like to keep everything looking as professional as possible, so I keep zip ties around for that reason, just to kind of keep everything nice and tight. Now, what I'm going to do is go ahead, I'm going to run these wires up along this beam up here, And then I'm just gonna wrap them so that they hang straight down from here down over the tank. Cord management is always a part of, putting any new system together. What I use are these little stickies that just have kind of like the holes through them, so that you can put zip ties to them and secure the cords to whatever surface you want to secure them to. Keeps them out of the way and keeps them from being a big tangled mess. So these are great. They're not very expensive, a few dollars for like 10 of them. Not a big deal, very inexpensive, but it'll go a long ways in making your tank look nice and tidy when you're doing maintenance on it and things like that. So I'll just stick a few of these up there, zip ties the cords to it, and keep on trucking. So I like to go ahead and stick these up there, and then you need a zip tie to then zip tie the cord to that sticker. And these are great for cord management. I have them all around. If you can kind of take a look, you'll see them in my stand area, keeping the cords around the sides and around the back. And so you'll see I have both cords zip tied around and then zip tied to those plywood struts, and then that way I can kind of control the length of the light fixture itself, so it's just at the right height. I can make it higher, I can make it lower. So here you guys have a great look at the Refugium. You can see this light is more of a purplish light, and that's because it has red, blue, and daylight LEDs in it. And so these light bulbs put off a great amount of light that's going to grow any algae that I put in there, and grow it a lot faster than, say, just your typical CFL, one of those squiggly light bulbs, which those will do the trick, and I've run those on Refugiums before, but this will do a much better job because this is specifically designed for growing plants, and that's exactly what macroalgae is. It's a plant. I've thrown a little bit of live rock in there. As you can see, the mud is like, I don't know, it is very thick and sludgy looking. The stuff that's been on the glass has stayed on the glass. So going forward, I will be doing more videos on this Refugium. And that way you guys can see how this mud performs, what kind of critters are going to be living in it, what kind of algae I put in there, and how that does, how those lights do growing it. How maybe even if I can figure out how to test how it's affecting my magnesium. Some people are saying that it will slowly dose in trace elements of like magnesium and strontium and iron and all that sort of good stuff. So we'll see how that does. Listen, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Weekly videos coming out just like this every week, that just packed full of content for you guys. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them and drop them in the comments below. Maybe something you'd like to see on this Refugium, maybe a question you'd like answered. I'd be happy to do that for you. And also, if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. I know I'd really appreciate it. So everybody stay tuned, stay salty, keep it real. Peace.